Hi everyone, welcome to my channel, and today I'm going to show you how to perform a simple scenario analysis in Microsoft Excel. I'm currently using Excel 2016, but this should work the same way in later versions. Now, a lot of people say the beauty of life lies in uncertainty. Well, they might be right, but when you're managing a business or any important task, a large degree of uncertainty can make life very difficult for you. So it's a good thing we have scenario analysis. Scenario analysis is a type of analysis that will give you a set of outcomes based on different combinations of assumptions or inputs. So for this exercise, let's say we're in the business of selling sweaters and we want to compute the operating income for our store. Here we have our initial assumptions. So units sold of 800, price per unit of $120. It's a pretty high-end sweater. Cost per unit of $50 and some fixed costs of $50,000, which already includes things like wages, rent, etc. Take note that this will remain the same regardless of how many sweaters we sell. So as you can see in our simple income statement, we currently have an operating income of $6,000 based on our assumptions above. But say we want to use different values for units sold and price per unit, but we don't want to change the assumptions one by one. We don't want to input a large amount of variables, and we don't really want to touch these base values. Fortunately, Excel provides us with a convenient way to perform scenario analysis, and this is through the use of a data table. So this will be our data table. So to start, let's set up a table where the column headers will be the units sold and the row headers will be our price per unit. So here we have alternative values for units sold ranging from 600 to 1100 units and alternative values for price ranging from 60 to 160. Now it doesn't really matter if you want to place price at the top and place units sold in this axis. So it should be okay regardless. But the important thing is, as we know from our basic economics, raising the price should cause us to sell less units and lowering it should help sell more units. So that's why I arrange units sold in ascending order and price in descending order. So this is to demonstrate the inverse relationship between these two variables. The next step would be to link the operating income to the top left corner of our table like this. So let's go to cell E5 and link our formula for operating income, which is B17. Okay, so the last step is to highlight the table. Make sure you cover all the units and prices. Go to Data tab, find What If Analysis, and click on Data Table. Now this is very important. Let's be careful with this. For the row input, meaning this row, let's select our original value for units sold. And then for the column input cell, meaning these ones, let's select the original value for price per unit. So basically, we're just teaching Excel that the row represents units sold and the column represents price. Once we're done with that, we click OK. As you saw, Excel automatically populated the table by taking the formula and then substituting the values we placed in the rows and columns. Now, one additional step we can do, although not required, is to use conditional formatting to highlight the positive and negative values in our operating income. So the first step would be to highlight all our operating income cells, clicking on conditional formatting, and then under highlight cells rules, let's go to greater than. So we want all the positive cells to have a green formatting. So let's select green cell with dark green text, then press OK. Now I also want to do the same thing with um, the negative values. So let's place 0 over here and then keep it as red. Then press OK. So as you can see, we are able to use conditional formatting to better highlight our positive and negative operating income values. Now, one very important thing I want to talk about is how to interpret and use this table in your decision making. You might take a look at this data table and notice the very large operating income right here of $71,000. Now, you might go and say, wow, let's just set the price at $160. And then if we sell a ton of units sold, we're going to make a lot of money. But remember what we said a while ago about the inverse relationship between units sold and price. So it means that um, if we're selling the product at a very high price, it's unlikely that we're also going to sell at a very large volume. So this value of 71,000 right here is very unlikely for our business. Now, with that said, how do we actually use this table for our decision making and our strategizing activities? What we kind of have to do is fix one variable first. So let's say 1,100 units, and then look at the other variable. So let's say at 1,100 units, which is a lot, if we're only selling it at $60 per unit, we're not gonna make money. Actually, we're gonna lose $39,000, which means that even if we're selling at a high volume, if our unit price is very low, we're still gonna lose money. In contrast, if we're only selling 600 units, but we're able to sell it at a high price, let's say $160, we're going to make a pretty decent operating income. So what does this table say about the product? It means that we might be better off marketing it as a high-end product, meaning $160, because it means that we're still gonna make money even if we're only selling a small volume, as compared to selling it as sort of a low-end brand where we're gonna make a lot of units sold, but we're still gonna end up losing money. So I know that's uh, an oversimplification of sorts, but based on the data, that's the generalization we can make about the nature of this project. So there we go. That's how we use scenario analysis in pricing decisions, branding decisions, etc. And I'm sure you're going to find an amazing application of this analysis in your own field of work. Thank you guys for watching and see you in the next video.